Hi, my dear young listeners. Welcome back to Just for Your Ears podcast positivity series. In today's podcast, I bring in a wonderful story which illustrates why stillness and silence too is important in our life. In our fast paced lives, we often believe that only constant action and effort will solve our problems. But sometimes silence and stillness can guide us more effectively than chaos and noise. Today's story is a simple tale from a quiet farm, but it carries a profound lesson for all of us. Here you go. One day, in a small village, a farmer realized he had lost his wristwatch inside his huge hay barn. Now, this wasn't an expensive watch. It didn't have gold chains or sparkling stones, but to the farmer, it was priceless. It had been a gift from someone he dearly loved, and it carried memories that no amount of money could replace. The farmer searched everywhere. He lifted stacks of hay, crawled on his knees across the barn floor, and turned over every possible corner. Hours went by. Sweat dripped from his forehead, his clothes were dusty, and his heart was heavy. But still, no sign of the watch. Tired and frustrated, he stepped outside and noticed a group of young boys playing nearby. Desperate to find the watch, he called them over and explained his problem. To motivate them, he promised a small reward to whoever found the watch. The boys, full of energy, ran into the barn. They searched high and low, tossing hay into the air, shouting to each other, moving with great speed. The barn, which was already messy, now looked like a storm had passed through it. Yet, despite their noisy efforts, the watch remained hidden. Finally, the children gave up too, shaking their heads. The farmer sighed deeply. Perhaps he thought the watch was gone forever. The farmer, a little surprised, heard a voice behind him. That too, when he was just to walk away, a small boy tugged at his sleeve. With calm eyes, the boy asked, "Uncle, can I try once more, please? Just by myself?" The farmer nodded. "Of course, go ahead." The boy walked quietly into the barn. Unlike the others, he didn't rush. He didn't toss the hay around. He simply sat down in silence, closed his eyes for a moment, and listened. And then he heard it. Tick, tick, tick. He smiled, followed the sound carefully, moved aside a small pile of hay, and there it was, the lost watch. A few minutes later, he came out of the barn, holding it gently in his hand. The farmer's eyes widened in joy. He grabbed the boy's shoulder and said, "My child, how did you do what no one else could?" The boy looked up and replied softly, "I didn't do much. I just sat still and listened. In the silence, I could hear the ticking, and it led me to the watch." The farmer was too happy that he got the watch back, and as promised, he rewarded the small boy with a very, very nice gift for him. The key takeaway of the story: this story carries a message that is deeply relevant to all of us. So often, when faced with challenges, we think the answer lies in doing more, working harder, moving faster, trying endlessly. We get caught in the noise, and in the process, we miss the very solution we are searching for. But sometimes the greatest power lies in pausing. A calm and a quiet mind is like clear water. You can see right through it, But the disturbed, restless mind is like a muddy water, clouded, confused, and blind. Whether it's making an important decision, solving a problem at work, dealing with a conflict, or even handling personal struggles, the answers don't always come from more action. They come when we step back, breathe, and create silence within ourselves. Just as the boy found the watch by listening, we too can find our answers by being still. In silence, we hear the ticking of our own inner wisdom. So, the next time life feels overwhelming, instead of rushing harder, try this. Stop, sit quietly, and listen. You may be surprised at how clarity comes, not through force, but through calmness. Until I come back to you next time for yet another wonderful story, be happy, keep smiling, and practice silence. Thank you. Bye.